what is this? I don't know. I said, how do I make crypto? That's my crypto. This is my coin. But are crypto offers in real estate the real deal or just hype? If someone wanted to buy your property using Bitcoin or Ethereum or shares of a tokenized building, would you take it? These kind of offers are popping up more and more in 2025, but that doesn't always mean they're right for every seller. Or are they? I'm Nick Waldner with the Waldner Winners team of Keller Williams, and we're going to get into exactly whether you should consider an offer in Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of those to purchase your house. Now, let's get into it. A few months ago, I had a client who received a full price offer, yay, in Bitcoin. It was exciting, but also pretty confusing. And my client had a lot of questions. Can I trust the value? Will this deal even go through? What do I do about taxes? Guys, we had to weigh in on the pros and cons to help them understand why today it could or could not be the right idea to take something like Bitcoin when selling your property. First, crypto offers are fast, but they can be a bit unstable. Have you ever watched Bitcoin itself and seen the values go here and here and here and here and here? That is scary. Imagine you got $500,000 worth of Bitcoin for your sale of your house, and 2 days later it was worth $440. Or maybe it was worth $640. Either way, there's a lot of volatility in that. So most of my smart sellers are considering crypto, but they're dipping their toes in. They're making sure that they're not leaping into a decision like this. And what I mean by that is most of my smart sellers will do immediate closes where they have access to the Bitcoin right away and they can immediately transfer it or change it into the value they're looking for if they're not as willing to do the volatility or the hedge of whether it's going to go up or down. Lock in your value and keep the deal on track. Now, another way that I've seen it go with Ethereum and Bitcoin is a tokenized real estate. So this is splitting a property into digital shares, kind of like stock in a company. It's a bold idea, but it's not widely accepted by lenders or title companies, and the regulations around it are pretty unclear. So this is a time where if you're a seller, you get a tokenized offer and it sounds very futuristic, it could mean slower closing, trickier questions when it comes to the legal aspect of it. Unless you have a legal team and you're ready for all of that experience in the blockchain world, I would approach those offers with caution. That might be a little too futuristic for us today. Now, number 3, taxes. Title. How does this all go? How complicated is it when you're talking about using something like Bitcoin? The IRS treats crypto as property, not currency or cash, which means that accepting Bitcoin or Ethereum or one of these other ones, they could actually trigger capital gains tracking and extra paperwork. For buyers, many title companies and escrow companies are still setting up ways to handle crypto smoothly. Before saying yes, you need to make sure you're working with a title company who is able to handle this type of transaction. It's a big deal and you don't want to do it wrong. And now let's talk about the buyers that we are seeing that show up with this digital wallet of cash. It's not cash, but you know what I mean. This is a much more younger investor, international buyers. They are deeply engaged in digital finance. They understand their aspect very, very well. However, they don't necessarily understand how the transfer of property, taxes, the IRS, all the pieces that come into play when exchanging a home work. So you could end up with slower times, things going backwards, frustration from that young investor who wanted this yesterday and things aren't going exactly as planned. I would say if I'm giving my advice, the crypto and the tokenized offers are becoming more common, but they're not right for every seller. In fact, if you're thinking about selling your property and you're wondering if you should even consider it, I will tell you there are moments when it is worth it, but there's a lot of checklists that you want to go through and make sure that you're covered before you'd accept anything like that. My name is Nick Waldner with the Waldner Winners team of Keller Williams. Our team can help you decide whether this is even something to consider, or we'll just help you find another buyer who's paying in cold, hard cash.